Have you forgotten why you cast them away to begin with?
Remember, you have to come home!
Nod-krai, where's home for you?
You have to come home!
Any memories about that?
It's the Wild Heights! Look out!
They pulled the whole moon down.
Look out!
Nod-krai,
Home!
where's home for you?
You have to come home!
Amazing friends, the Genshin Impact 5.8 special program was over 44 minutes long, filled with all sorts of tidbits about the upcoming new patch. I'm only interested in the first few minutes and the last few minutes, as that's where the lore, meat, and potatoes are. We did an amazing job together of piecing 5.7 into a story before it was even released. So let's see if we can do that again with 5.8. Let's break it down, look at context clues, and predict what's going to happen. You, me, and YouTube. This is Phobius, also known as your 8-bit mom. Get ready to play nice. Prior to 5.7, I took the 5.7 preview trailer and broke it down scene by scene, then recategorized and rearranged those scenes based on what actually fit. Within the comments, you and I figured out most of what happened during 5.7, and I would like to do that with you again. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look back at my 5.7 video for what I and my subscribers did together, piecemealing clues to discover the story before it was even released.
Before we dive into the video, a quick what to expect about 5.8. As is what happens every year, the Genshin Impact 5.8 patch revolves around a summertime event. The event includes mini-games, prizes, and even an Archon quest. The event maps typically disappear after the first patch is over. However, as I predicted months ago, the upcoming 5.8 event map is permanent. There are limited time mini-games and rewards that will only exist for the length of the summertime patch, but the map itself is here to stay.
And you guys, I cannot take credit for this one. YouTuber Johnny Chen Plays found Kari Bear. Kari Bear looks like he might be getting his happy ending, and even though this is probably just some random NPC who looks like him, I have always wanted him to have his happy ending on the beach with a girlfriend and son and fun, and he gets to live his own life. So just let me have that dream, it's really Kari Bear on the beach, and he's having a good time, because he deserves it. You know he does.
Banner 1 for the 5.8 patch includes a new 5-star character Ineffa and Sitlali, who is an excellent Hydro-Pyro support hybrid in the form of a cryo user. Ineffa offers the new Lunar charged reaction, which requires both a Hydro character and citizenship in Nod-krai to perform in your party. 4-star character Aino will also offer Lunar charged, and sources say she'll be given away for free during 6.0 when we start Nod-krai, in much the same vein as Kachina was in 5.0. Banner Round 2 will feature Chaska and Milani. Both are excellent DPS choices with high damage potential. Chaska is a rainbow swirl DPS with a unique flying mechanic, and Milani's hydro damage has been compared to Nuvlet's. Yelan and Bennett both have new skins. Bennett's is a giveaway, while Yelan's will be available to purchase. I'm excited about Bennett's arrival in Natlan and what this means for our fiery little Circle Impact buddy. Venti's here too, apparently to see a friend? Knowing the writers of Hoyoverse, Venti will either be here in Natlan to visit someone of great consequence, such as the captain's inanimate body or the Lord of the Night, or he's here to see some big, arbitrary NPC who'll take up the entirety of a story quest, and then we'll never see them again. I suppose he could be here to see his best drinking buddy, Sitlali.
Huh? Gossiping about me right in front of my face now, are you?
Oops, I think I accidentally placed some fruity cocktails out there. My bad.
More.
Seriously?
Actually, it'd be pretty funny if he was here to see his best drinking buddy sit lolly. Yelan has her own investigation cooking in Fontaine meanwhile, and a new free-to-play claymore is introduced. And who is involved with it but none other than Enjou?
Look, I understand that seeing me has gotten you a little agitated, but frankly, the fact that you're still so fired up and raring to go after the long journey here is a bit of a problem for me.
I love this guy. Don't get me wrong, I hated listening to him ramble on and on and on and on in Enkanomiya, but I love his evil, gimmicky side villain vibe otherwise.
I mean, I totally did betray them.
Enjou, I'm predicting now, is involved with the antique smuggling in Fontaine. I know he is. I'll connect the dots later. We're introduced to a new boss, the Bakunawa. Our real-world source for the Bakunawa comes from our friends in the Philippines. In Filipino culture, the Bakunawa was believed to be a moon-devouring serpent dragon. Months ago, I posted a video about a star monster, a moon devourer, that I found when I inspected the Welkin Moon Web event. And here it is come to fruition. I love it when a theory comes together. Given the name, I believe this moon-devouring dragon devoured the remnants of the moon that fell from the sky, much the same as Rhine-daughter ate Naborius. I also believe it ate Bennett's constellation, and that's why our Benny Boo can't keep an adventure team together. A new elemental reaction is introduced, Lunar Charged. It will be prevalent in Nod-krai. It automatically changes electro charge damage into lunar charge damage, which allows electro reactions to crit. As only Natlanese could trigger Night's Soul, a Nod-krai citizen is required for all lunar reactions, such as the upcoming Lunar Bloom. Aren't we all glad we saved up all those primos for Skirk and Escapier, and now our dream team has come to a sudden halt with the onset of Lunar? Sources say Hydro character Ina will be free, however, after quest completion. So, that may save the Skirk team. The preview video, friends. As always, Hoyo fills it with misdirect. Mismatched audio scrambled in with not-so-chronological video. I didn't focus on the first part of the trailer because it was much ado about nothing. Water slides and summertime fun, straightforward. I broke down the second part and divided it into concurrent scenes, and here's what I have.
The traveler, Paimon, then return home.
Have you forgotten?
Remember, you have to come home!
Be at my workshop. Return home. Natlanese core, Montanian joints, Mondstadt hairpiece.
Where's home for you? Any memories about that?
Memory. Missing. Is this a broom? Now then, could I trouble you to tidy up my workshop? Installation chamber. Ever since Ineffa set sail for Natlan, the secret source automatons have been getting increasingly aggressive. It's as if they're drawn to each other.
Next assignment.
I'm off to the location of my
From Natlan's dragon civilization.
Are we supposed to believe that Bianca's mother survived?
You're based in Nod-krai.
known as
Why you cast them away to begin with?
is Marionette.
Nod-krai at me.
Function.
The Wild Hunt! Look out!
They pulled the whole moon down.
The leader of this regiment is a harp.
Ineffa washes up on shore, devoid of her memories. Ineffa wanders around, the secret source automatons reacting to her as she goes. Riddled with visions, or memories, or both, she breaks down, her mind overwhelming her. She's found by Jalonin and the Traveler. Traveler confronts our new weekly boss, and I'm predicting it is to get Bennett's constellations back. Yelan is off to Nod-krai. Ino has a message. Find the Traveler, find Paimon, and then come home. Amazing friends, you have to come home. That's the message. You have to come home. Find the Traveler, find Paimon, and then you have to come home. But who has to come home? Is you have to come home the entire message? Was it meant for Ineffa? Or is this more misdirect? Ineffa is clearly glitching. She's clearly at odds with her own memories, at times unable to separate now from whenever it is she's recalling. So what if that was a fragmented message? If so, who has to come home? And how does someone not in the direct company of Paimon know about Paimon? Nobody knows about Paimon. Perhaps this message isn't for Ineffa at all. Perhaps she is the messenger. What if that message is meant for someone else? What if it's meant for Paimon? Where's home for her? Or the Traveler? Does the Traveler have to go home? It could be a jumbled message meant for someone else entirely. Something else bugs me about this trailer, particularly the voice speaking to Ineffa. But there's also this sneaky little frame right here. This smug person with red hair, who is this? They must be someone of significance. But who? We watch the moon falling. Look at the clothing worn by the people running away from that destruction. Those aren't Natlan clothes. They aren't Conrian clothes. Those are Hyperboreans. This is a memory of the moment the moon crashed down upon Hyperborea, which we've been told occurred in the distant past. So this already happened. It's more misdirect from Hoyo. There's no imminent threat of the moon being pulled down because the moon was already pulled down. It's a memory. We are reliving it through Ineffa, but why? Did Ineffa herself watch this happen? That I know her creator is old enough to have created Ineffa so long ago that she was around to witness it. And while we're on the subject of Ineffa, the robot who was created, how does a robot have a vision? We learned in Inazuma that a vision welder must have a soul. That soul resonance is how the visions work. Humans, albeit unknowingly, perhaps unwittingly, give up a piece of their soul to the gods, and the gods grant them a piece of their power. Robots don't have souls with which to barter. So how does Ineffa have a functioning vision if she doesn't have a soul? In Inazuma, Kazuha is momentarily able to utilize the power of two visions against the Raiden Shogun because part of his deceased friend Tomo's soul is still connected with him and the vision he carries. After Tomo's soul resonates with the vision and is, for lack of a better term, used up, it turns gray. No soul left. No vision remains. How does a robot have a functional vision? So picking off of that, here is a theory for you, one that parallels the current situation with Rhindaughter and Naborius. Someone's soul is trapped inside of Ineffa's vision. A Hyperborean, perhaps. The soul trapped in her vision is recalling what she saw when the moon fell. The soul is the one speaking to her. The soul is the one who says, "Do you recall why you cast them aside in the first place?" What did she cast aside? To me, it seems like her memories. Why does Ineffa have no memory? Is that what she cast aside? I believe it is. But perhaps it wasn't her memory, Ineffa's memory, that she cast aside at all, but the memory from someone else. The red-haired person. That's the soul. That's who resides in Ineffa's vision, fighting with her consciousness in much the same way as Naborius's will fights against Rhindaughter's. As for who the red-haired person is and how she ended up inside of a robot's vision, there's a line in the preview that caught me. Are you trying to say that Bianca's mother somehow survived? I don't know who Bianca is yet, I'll be honest. But perhaps Bianca's mother, whoever that is, did, in a sense, survive whatever calamity befell her, because she's residing inside of Ineffa's vision. Just how Naborius survives inside of Rhindaughter. So based on what we've ascertained from this video, I once again beg the question, is Ineffa the one who has to come home? Or is the request to return meant for someone else? From the sorrow here in Aino's gaze, I'd say that the red-haired person, trapped in Ineffa's vision, is someone with whom Aino is well acquainted. A family member perhaps, a friend, a sister. Does Ineffa have to come home because she needs to bring her sister home with her? The secret source automatons aggressively react to Ineffa's presence and are probably reacting to her because she was also made with secret source technology. After all, 2 of the 3 Teyvat moons were secret source devices placed in the sky to help fight off the abyss. Artificial moons meant as defensive weapons to keep the abyss at bay. They were destroyed in Teyvat's fight against the abyss. Perhaps the giant thing that the Fatui are building is a moon, put in the sky. One to use as a weapon to fight against the abyss, or better yet, one to fight against a god. One to replace the 2 that were taken out. Ineffa's shield resembles an artificial robotic moon, don't you think? A moon as a weapon, a moon as a defense. It's been done before, and therefore isn't entirely out of the realm of possibility. The Fatui very well could be building a new artificial moon. The question is it to defend against the abyss, or is it to kill a god? They are searching for Columbina, the maiden of the new moon. I'd say it fits. Now let's get back to Rhindaughter. Rhindaughter, who created the Moon Devourer, and Evil Durin, and Suspedo, and the Rift Wolves. And now Rhindaughter is the Shade of Life. And the 2 moons that were secret source weapons meant to keep the abyss at bay, and those moons were pulled down and destroyed, and now that person, Rhindaughter, who aided the abyss by creating a creature that devoured one of those moons, is the Shade of Life. Who exactly is Rhindaughter? What exactly is Rhindaughter's endgame? It can't stop at becoming a shade. She's too ambitious. I don't even think it would stop at becoming the heavenly principles themselves. So where does it end? And damn that moon-devouring Bakunawa, because it is my unshakable belief that the Bakunawa ate Bennett's constellation. When Bennett was born, in Natland, as we all came to that very same conclusion a long time ago, my friends, I am confident we all did, the Bakunawa devoured his constellation, his Stella Fortuna, his fortune, which is why Bennett is begat with bad luck. I am sure that it stole and ate Bennett's constellation. That Bennett, begat from Natlan, had his Stella Fortuna stolen from him at birth, devoured. I believe defeating the Bakunawa is the key to returning Bennett's lost Fortuna to him and the end of his bad luck. And the Traveler will be the one to grant Bennett his very first lucky day. Savvy eyes will notice Ineffa's eyes. There are 3 moons in them, similar to the motif on Paimon's cape. Paimon, by the way, is not Asmodee. To say she's Asmodee cheapens her character and what she means to both the Traveler and we the players. She's not the shade of space in reduced form. No. Paimon is the best travel companion ever. She's the Traveler's best friend and their found family. She is Navi to the Traveler's Link.
Hello? Hey!
I see similarities from Paimon from Genshin Impact and Navi from Ocarina of Time quite often. There are so many similarities between the Legend of Zelda series and Genshin Impact in general, and it isn't just Breath of the Wild's open concept we're talking about. The last direct parallel I saw are these gloom hands right here.
Look!
And this was released just days ago, so the parallels continue. The developers have never been shy to tell us that they've taken inspiration from the Zelda series. Paimon could very well parallel Navi, be in a role such as Navi.
Listen!
But Navi goes.
Look!
Navi goes. And this is the part where the rap breaks down.
Listen!
At the end of Ocarina of Time, she leaves Link, and the player never finds out where it is she went, or if she went anywhere at all. Perhaps she no longer had a purpose. Her purpose to aid Link on his quest was completed. And without a purpose, she just ceased to be. It leads me to wonder, and honestly makes me a little bit sad to think about. If Paimon was created in some way to aid us on our journey just as Navi aided Link, will Paimon leave us when our journey is complete? Will she just blink out? Will her entire existence be marked by a few mementos given to the Traveler? Whatever her origin story may be, Paimon is her own unique person, someone who came to the Traveler when they needed her most. She has unwaveringly told us from the beginning exactly who she is, and it is up to the player to believe that Paimon is Paimon. It's that simple. The ending portion of the 5.8 special program introduces Lulma, a Dendro-Lunar Bloom support and Snowland Fae. She's a scion of Hyperborea, an old and sacred land up north that was destroyed when the moon fell. We watched this happen through Ineffa's eyes, or through the memory of the eyes of whatever soul resides in her vision. When I look at Lulma, I cannot help but compare her to Dong Heng, a Honkai Star Rail character. In Dong Heng's former life, he was known as Imbibitor Lunae, a dragon sovereign. Imbibitor Lunae means moon drinker in Latin, and here she is drinking sacred water in the name of the moon. Expansion upon Lulma, Varka, and all of the characters recently introduced is another video entirely. I'll ask 2 questions right now, though. Do all living beings on Teyvat have silver blood? You noticed it too, right? We don't ever see blood in Genshin. It isn't a gory game, but silver isn't a typical color when one thinks of blood, is it? So is this silver blood proprietary to the Snowland Fae? Or is it all creatures in Genshin? Returning to Honkai Star Rail for just a moment, the current patch they're in is in a land called Amphorius, and the current heroes of that patch all have golden blood. So what can we say about Blood of Silver in Genshin? The ones who have golden blood were begat from a golden-blooded Aeon. Who was Genshin begat from? Question 2 has to do with another new character, Flynn's. He's a light keeper, one sworn to keep away the abyss. The lighthouse that symbolizes the light keepers was a gift from the moon goddesses to help protect Nod-krai from the abyss. If 2 of the moons were created with secret source technology, then was that lighthouse created from secret source technology as well? And is the light in his lantern secret source technology that repels the abyss? Is that what's pushing those gloom hands away? Is it the power of the moon? Literally. Another thought before we close is with how Genshin's voice actor specifically called out the similarity between Ineffa's power and Ahau. It leads me to believe that Ahau, one of the 7 dragon sovereigns, was trapped and contained by moon technology as well. If this technology can trap Ahau, what else can it trap? One final thing of note is that if you revisit the Song of the Welkin Moon web event, you are in for a surprising change. Friends, Hoyo is tossing lore at us left and right, and all of us theorists are doing our best to catch these curveballs. Tell me what you think about everything that's been tossed this way. Agree with me? Don't? Did I miss something? I'd love to know. As always, this is Flobius, also known as your 8-Bit Mom, here to tell you that you're doing a great job at life, and I'll be back soon with another deep dive. Until then, my friends, play nice.